Well, good morning, everyone. First, I want to thank my class for nominating me for the peer award. I'm glad to know all those text messages were worth something, especially in the late night hours. Thank you to everyone that's here today to support us in our big day. So my name is Sean Wheeler. I am honored to be representing the LPN to RN cohort here, all four of us. Yeah, here's I want to start by thanking every single person that helped play a part with me standing here today. Without the help of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, the prayers, love, and support of my friends, family, and faculty at Northwest State Community College, I would not be here today. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all very, very much. And to my fellow graduates, I want to wish a huge congratulations to all of you, every single one of you. What a privilege it is to be here celebrating this closing chapter of our lives. I know that today is a day to celebrate our accomplishments and being finished with school, but I thought it'd be fun to give you all a patient scenario one last time. So, and just a disclaimer to all faculty, this is not an accurate representation of what clinical documentation would look like, so please, I'm just throwing that out there. All right, on initial assessment, the patient is lethargic and has a flat affect. They are alert and oriented to self, but disoriented to place and time. The patient has sluggish gait with movement that is noted with a notable increase of stuporous-like behavior. Patient states they have not had a consistent exercise routine for the last 2 years, and they, quote, eat whatever they want. Altered sleep patterns noted with the patient stating that they have been sleeping no more than 5 hours a night for the past 2 years, and that they have an excessive intake of caffeinated products. They report social isolation as they don't interact much with others. Skin is pink, dry, and intact with no compromise in integrity noted. They have red sclera but pearl as noted upon further assessment. Radial pulse is palpable, bounding, and moderate in bilateral upper extremities. Upon auscultating the anterior chest, the nurse notes apical pulse is 117 beats per minute with the occasional irregular heartbeat. Respiratory rate is 20 breaths per minute with clear lung sounds anterior-posterior. Bowel sounds hyperactive in all 4 quadrants with no tenderness or pain noted upon palpation, although patient states they have persistent stomach pain Monday mornings at 8:30. Thank you. Negative Holman sign and fetal pulse is palpable in bilateral lower extremities with moderate musculoskeletal strength noted with dorsiflexion and extension. Initial nursing diagnosis, self-care deficit related to altered sleep patterns and inadequate nutrition. Does that sound familiar to anyone? By sitting here today, we have all shown great resilience and vigor. Your respective programs have thrown countless trials your way, and over the past few years, yet here we are, and what a journey it has been. It's commonly stated amongst nurses today that unless you've been through it yourself, you have no idea what it's like. Hasn't it brought you some relief that it's over, guys? My fellow graduates, you should be proud of your accomplishments in getting to this point as we've all worked very hard. No more waking up at the crack of dawn to drive an hour away to clinicals. No more spending countless hours up late at night studying for an exam. No more yelling at your computer telling it you hate APA formatting. This time of our life has passed, and what a joy it has been. Or what a joy it is to be here today. That being said, I want you to take a second and think about what it took you to get here. Think quietly to yourself, what have I given up to be at this point in my life? I'm sure all of us could sit here today and say that we've lost valuable time with our loved ones. Maybe you can say to yourself, my loved ones intentionally gave me space that I needed to be here today. While we've all worked tirelessly to complete our respective programs, I wonder, do we truly realize the value and importance of family? While today is a day to celebrate our wonderful achievements, don't forget that we did not earn this alone. If the past few years have taught us anything, it's that we should cherish the time we have with our loved ones. And in the grand scheme of life, our jobs and roles as nurses are replaceable, but our family can never be replaced. So friends, take some special time today, wrap your arms around your loved ones and tell them that you genuinely do love and appreciate them. They are worth more than our occupation. Nursing is a field unlike any other. Being able to help someone in their most vulnerable hour is certainly a privilege and a great honor. While many of our patients can and will be quite challenging, it is quite rewarding to know that you are doing something good for someone who is hurting. I'll tell you from experience that there will be days that it is so crazy you just say, that's it, I'm not going back. Why did I do this in the first place? But that's just it. Why did you choose this profession? Whatever that reason is, remind yourself of that when that time comes. I want to share a quick story as I conclude here from one of my early days as an LPN. It was one of my first days off orientation, and during handoff report, I was instructed that I needed to pass meds on one of my patients in a short while. After we were finished, I went to the med room and pulled the medications. I then walked into my patient's room, greeted her, and said, I'm here to give you some medicine, ma'am. And she said to me, okay. She was sitting up in her chair just minding her own business and still seemed like that even though I was in the room with her. So I did all my checks, made sure to check the 2 patient identifiers, verified the 6 rights of med administration, and after these were completed, I was set to administer them. So I gave them to her. She took them, took a drink of water, threw the med cup in the garbage, and then looked up at me and said, thank you, young man. I asked her if she needed anything, and she said, no, thank you. I told her, you call me if you think of something, and to which she agreed. And I left the room, and I realized something very important. Not once throughout that whole process did she ask me what I was giving her, why she was receiving it, what the dosage was, or anything like that. She just took it and said thank you. She trusted that I knew what I was doing. She trusted that as her nurse, I wasn't going to do something that would result in any harm coming to her. It was at this point that I realized the incredible responsibility that I have as a nurse. Fellow graduates, our patients will trust us. They will trust that we know what we're doing and that we're going to do it well. The question that remains is, do we know what we're doing? By sitting here today, we've shown that we can pass exams, write papers, complete laboratory simulations, and of course, create the most dreadful assignment in all nursing education, which is... There you go. That's trying to be unanimous. I challenge all of us, if we see any areas of our practice that we know we aren't well versed in, to take the necessary measures so that we can correct that and provide safe and competent nursing care. There is coming a day very soon that you will no longer have someone over your shoulder verifying your competence. The training wheels will soon be removed for us all. Years ago, a very wise nurse instructor told me something that I will never forget, and I want to share it with all of you. She said to me, you aren't studying to pass an exam. You are studying for the day where you are the only thing between your patient and the grave. There isn't a single one of us here today that isn't capable of being the best of the best. You've proven your abilities by being here today. Will we take the necessary action to be the best we can be? While this field has many apathetic healthcare workers and nurses, may each of us make a personal resolution today to be better. May we be diligent as we prepare for NCLEX. May we be committed to providing high-quality care unto others. And finally, may God bless all of you as you prepare for boards and your respective positions. And remember, you are capable. Thank you all for your time, and I'd like to welcome to the stage now the representative for the traditional RN students, Rachel Nichols. Rachel.